Hello, this is Haku, and today we're going to be reading SCP-4057, also known as Save Her. If you like this video, please leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get right into this. To my successor, I would like to once again congratulate you on your selection for my position. I am growing old, finally, and now it falls to you to take up the mantle of 052. You have been exceptionally diligent and compliant in your preparations for this position. I thank you for that. But in regards to your questions around familial and romantic ties, I understand. Humans are very social creatures. We desire something to hold on to touch, to love. Trust me, I've been there too. This article has since been archived. The current SCP-4857 slot now holds something more timely and unexplained, but we keep it on hand as an exemplar, or a reminder of a piece of history that we can't repeat. This was a time before Ryza, before the ethics community, when there were no checks on our power. And as such, this mistake was easier to make. Nevertheless, I consider this a fine example of why it is our responsibility to distance ourselves. Oops. And again with the oops. Item number SCP-4057, Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4057 is to be contained in a standard humanoid containment cell at Site-19. Interaction is rated for Level 3 researchers and higher. Description: SCP-4057 is a female human of French descent. When viewed, subjects perceive that SCP-4057 will encounter imminent danger. The effect is believed to be mimetic in nature, and will occur regardless of whether or not SCP-4057 is in a secure location or in the presence of persons adequately equipped to defend her from threats. The type of danger perceived varies, but is in a majority of cases a malicious entity that seeks to cause her harm, such as a wild animal, a criminal, or in severe cases, an anomalous entity. Discovery: SCP-4057 presents herself to Site-19 on February 8, 64. Surrounded by 5 civilians expressing severe worry for her condition, the civilians were administered an amnestic drug, and SCP-4057 willingly entered containment. It is unknown how SCP-4057 was aware of the location of Site-19, and has not revealed such information when questioned. It's been updated since the E8 of 64 on April. Oh no, that's August 4th, my bad. I didn't even look at the dates. That's completely on me. It's been updated on March 27th, 1966. Item number SCP-4057, Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4057 is to be kept in a standard humanoid containment cell in Site-19. Interaction is permitted for Level 3 researchers and higher, after a full-body containment and dangerous goods search. SCP-4057-1 is, at the time of writing, uncontained. Description: SCP-4057 is a female human of French descent. When viewed, subjects perceive that SCP-4057 will encounter imminent danger. The effect is believed to be mimetic in nature and will occur regardless of whether or not SCP-4057 is in a secure location, or in the presence of persons adequately equipped to defend her from threats. SCP-4057 is believed to be the sole target of SCP-4057-1, a malicious entity that seeks to cause SCP-4057 harm. It is unknown how this relationship is created. The researchers hypothesize that SCP-4057's mimetic effect acts as a beacon for SCP-4057-1 and a defense mechanism for SCP-4057. The meme has been identified as man-made. Discovery. SCP-4057. Okay, we're just going to skip that and just get to the new part. SCP-4057 has requested visits from members of the O5's Council. The requests have been denied. On August 10th, 1967, item number SCP-4057, Object Class Keter. It updated. SCP-4057-1 is, at the time of writing, uncontained. SCP-4057 is to be contained in a hermetically sealed special containment cell in Site-19. Cell is to be 7 by 7 by 3 meters. Walls are to consist of 3 centimeters of lead. An observation window is to be connected to an observation room built to the same specifications. 5 by 5 by 3 meters in size. MTF-FV daughter mine is remain contained stationed at Site-19 for protection of SCP-4057. Description: SCP-4057 is a human female of French descent, who is the sole target of an anomalous entity designated SCP-4057-1. SCP-4057-1 appears to express its interest in all other humans, and as such has been observed multiple times. All attempts at ascertaining the form of SCP-4057-1 have failed. The reasons are as follows. Entity does not manifest on photographic or video evidence. Sounds made by the entity do not manifest on audio evidence. Descriptions of entity are inconclusive and vary from person to person. Research into the possible nature of SCP-4057-1 as a polymorphic entity is ongoing. Oh. That's a bit funny. Discovery. SCP-4057 presented herself to Site-19 on August 2nd, 1964, surrounded by 5 civilians expressing severe condition. The civilians were administered an amnestic drug, and Site-4057 and SCP-4057 willingly entered containment. It is unknown how SCP-4057 was aware of the location of Site-19 and has not revealed such information when questioned. Multiple persons have also recently attempted entry into Site-19, expressing interest in SCP-4057. SCP-4057 has requested visits from the members of the O5 Council. The requests have been denied. Multiple members of the O5 Council are currently under investigation for potential ties to SCP-4057. It is unknown if current containment procedures for SCP-4057 will be sufficient to ensure her safety from SCP-4057-1. This one was one we just read, so we're on this one, which is February 22nd, 1969. Item number SCP-4057. Object class not safe, not Euclid, not Keter, not Apollyon. SCP-4057 is to be contained in a specifically built containment and cell at Site-19. Cells are to consist of steel titanium lead, no, a lead titanium alloy. 10 meters thick. Not 3 centimeters, not 5 centimeters, not 10 centimeters, not 1 meter, 10 meters thick. Not MTF I daughter mine, not MTF Epsilon 9-toed fox, not MTF Alpha 1 red right hand. All MTFs are to station themselves at Site-19 and prepare for Not possible, not likely, not guaranteed, imminent, ongoing external breach of containment. In addition, the combined nations of the world, not the EU and NATO, but the world, have agreed to provide not 100, not 1,000, not 4,000, 10,000 soldiers each to be positioned at and around Site 19. Interaction with SCP-4057 is strictly forbidden because it's strictly forbidden, not because we need to keep her safe, because that's been crossed out. SCP-4057 is a girl. That poor, poor girl. Who is the sole target of an entity designated in SCP-4057-1. SCP-4057 is, well, we do know what it is. SCP-4057-1 is, everybody says it's something different, Doc. We just don't know. SCP-4057-1 is, but one researcher says he knows how to describe it. Should we let him? SCP-4057-1 is. Might as well try. Guy might manage to get something right. SCP-4057-1 is a Baroque humanoid devoid of penguins. Excavated in the footnotes of his head are a murder of alphabets, a patriarchy of knives, and a void of malice and postmodernity. My god, this guy is practically in a trance. The vagrant wings possess full olives and have been offered for the corruption asymmetrical its colorful of fangs, fire and emitting voiles for the sole purpose of saving its myriad. It has murdered sleep, sleep no more. Fight and close one love of patriot. You have been found guilty by your malleable snake, whom kisses the bitter geometry of the sun. There is a place. It has been operated and rebuilt on happy birthday, Tommy. Did you get what you employed for? The aesthetic of the mall is incomprehensible, and there is a redacted located in its front garden. How many pancakes will fit on the roof? Or not for because I need somewhere else. Why was that crossed out? Well done, Jessica. I'm so proud of you trees lying in the cypress void. The L has been ruminated into a frame of reference and switches around the map for clean and red daily. The men are swinging their guns around now. One says it's inside, another says it's outside. They're all so silly. It's right. Idiot breath limps over my skull behind me. That's where it most certainly is not. No, we will save her. What do you mean it's outside? The freaking thing's in here with us. Look out, it's gonna get you. Save her. 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 Okay. I can't go too far into that. That's just them saying save her over and over. On March 3rd, 1969, SCP-4057, Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4057 is to be contained in a standard humanoid containment cell at Site 19. Interaction and is prohibited for all personnel without out 54057 clearance or higher until a counter meme is developed. Description: SCP-4057 is a female human of French descent named Mary Williamette, the daughter of 057. When SCP-4057 is viewed by any living being, the subject will perceive her as being in imminent danger. The form of danger perceived varies, but is in the majority of cases an anomalous entity which seeks to harm SCP-4057. The effect is mimetic, virulent, and self-replicating. See Incident 4057-A. As a result, any subject that is viewed SCP-4057 will spread the mimetic infection when they are viewed. SCP-4057 has requested visits from members of the O5 Council. The request has been granted. Let me just check and make sure. Okay. Instant 4057A. Presented on August 2nd, 1964, SCP-4057 presented itself to Site-19, surrounded by 5 civilians, expressing concern for her condition. The civilians were believed to be the first instances of SCP-4057 infection. The civilians were administered Class A amnestics and allowed to return to society. This marked a container breach of SCP-4057. The mimetic infection spread at an exponential rate, affecting approximately 100% of the world population by 1967. The meme then self-replicated within infected subjects, increasing the severity of the mimetic effect, leading to the, as of the time writing, ongoing PK class receptive breakdown event. There currently exist 14 persons inoculated against the mimetic effect, namely all 13 members of the O5 Council and SCP-4057 itself. Credentials accepted. Welcome, Overseer. To the O5 Council, secure, contain, protect. Our 3 axioms I helped create decades ago, and in my selfish quest to enforce one, I failed in carrying out all 3. I believe an explanation is in order. 5 years ago, my husband was killed. I don't know by whom, but all I know is that he was killed as a means of getting to me. I wept for days. Poor Mari. I knew I couldn't let it happen again. I considered an MTF too conspicuous, too invasive. I considered undercover operations a group of people. Maybe have her teacher at school replaced by an operative who could keep her safe. But then it dawned on me. Memetics would be the perfect safeguard. A meme, affecting just her, that would tap into the maternal and paternal parts of the mind. The part of you that sees a child walking down the street alone and feels in need, the obligation to ask if they're okay, to show them kindness and the way home. Who needs bodyguards when the entire world can be your shield? I went to Marshall, Carter, and Dark and gave them a task. Save my daughter. Save my little Mari. The right price was offered, enough to sway their minds to my view, and it was finished in a matter of weeks. The coffee in one of the O5 meetings was conceptually tied with the counter meme. And you were all inoculated, plain and simple. No one had to know why I was so happy, seeing every researcher and the class in the site being so kind to her. A small sliver of hope in a world full of incomprehensible nightmares. It went against every fiber of my being. I knew I was breaking something sacred, betraying the Foundation. I'd deliberated over my decision for months. I knew it had to be done, however, or Mari would have been killed or tortured or something years ago. But they made a mistake. The meme was virulent. It was intended to be a single instance that would deconstruct outside the house. That way only those near her would worry, but it started to grow inside her and then die out in the minds of those infected. They became infected and spread the meme. We didn't realize until years later when my darling girl was already in containment, when crowds of people who had never even heard of her started trying to break down the walls of Site 19. Worried sick for a girl they never knew. But it didn't stop. It kept festering and growing inside all the infected, and the worries kept getting worse and worse, becoming more than just an abstract concept, becoming a creature. Your worst nightmare that you never knew existed, out to get this little girl. Now people are dying because the hallucinations are so visceral, so real that their brains shut down completely from the shock. This was my selfish idea, my hubris that led to all this. Mari is so scared, locked in a tiny, windowless chamber with walls 10 meters thick, all because of me. I have no doubt I will be amnesticized after this, possibly even here now. But I implore you, let me finish and administer the countermeasure. Let me clean up my own mess. If I can't even do that, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Secure, contain, protect. Let me prove to you that I still can. Record of Decision. Overseer Council Action Number 4057 1. Motion as follows. Allow 057 to create and administer an SCP-4057 countermeme to the global population before amnesticization. Yay, 053, 055, 058, 059, 0511, and 0513. Nay, 051, 054, 056, 0510, 0512. Abstain. 057, exempt due to misconduct, and 052. Result, motion passes. Record of Decision. Overseer Council Action Number 4057-2. Motion as follows. Ensure all trusted members of Overseer Council have no living immediate family prior to appointment as Overseer. Yay, 051, 053, 054, 055, 056, 058, 059, 0510, 0511, 0512, and 0513. Nay, 052. Abstain, 057. Exempt due to misconduct. Result, motion passes. Love makes us do the most irrational things. And Seven was so full of love for her darling Mari, for her husband, and clouded her judgment. We were the only two women on the council at the time, so we shared a certain sisterhood, I guess you might say. That's why I stood against every other council member in that final vote. I want her to know that she wasn't alone in loving. That we all still felt something despite the weight of our decision. That I was still there for her. She was anesthetized and demoted to a junior researcher, and she still works here to this day. We're prohibited from talking to her for obvious reasons. But I still feel so sorry for her. I can't say I've ever known the maternal bond as a mother, but I knew it as a child, and it is the strongest bond known to a man, or woman for that matter. I understand why she did the things she did. Had I a daughter, I would have done the same. I still see her sometimes, however, observing from a distance, seeing the work she does, seeing Mari, now a beautiful woman working in mathematics. Ironically, she was amnesticized too, as was everyone else at the Foundation and the world at large. It came as part and parcel for the countermeme, but the countermeme didn't affect every species. I frequently joined Mari for walks in the woods, wearing the clothes and bearing the credentials of a fellow researcher. The way the animals adore over her, or fuss over her, it's regardless. I understand how painful it will be to say goodbye to your friends and family, only to have them anesthetized. It used to be that a cover story was created saying you died. Believe me, amnestics are far less painful for all involved. This is a part of our history that we can't afford to repeat. It nearly destroyed us the first time, and with the delicate balance we maintain now, it would most certainly destroy us if it were to happen today. I hope your preparation go smoothly, and 051 through 13 will welcome you with open and arms as a new 2. Secure, contain, protect. 052. And that was SCP-4057, known as Safer. If you like this video, please leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, so until then, goodbye!